everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a layout using the Memory Lane collection. This collection is available for a few more days while supplies last, and I thought I was going to use some of the stamps, but I changed my mind. So I'm going to use the papers and some of the stickers. So these are the photos that I'm going to scrapbook. They're of our old house. And the pattern that I'm going to use is pattern number 18 from the new Make It From Your Heart Volume 6. So these are pictures from our moving day and a couple photos leading up to moving day from our old house. This was in 2018. We moved from Colorado to Tennessee. And we've since moved back to Colorado, and I'm going to do a series of layouts of both moves. So, okay, let's get started. I want to focus on this this pattern paper that has the houses on it. So I'm going to start with that piece because in the pattern, that's the pattern that you'll see the most, I think. It won't be quite so covered up with photos. So I'm just cutting the papers according to the instructions on the pattern. And I'm going to cut pieces for both the left side and the right side of the layout and just kind of stack them up. And then we'll move ahead and I'll speed this up. So then the next piece is this melon patterned piece. All of the patterns in this collection, they're nice soft colors, but I thought that one of the main colors, which is sage, would go nicely with the color of our house in the photos. So that's one of the reasons I chose this collection, plus the focus on the houses. And then I pulled a piece of the mix-in collection from July, August, and this is mostly sage, and so I'll use this for that last section. So my base is going to be sapphire, and I've used a zip strip from Memory Lane over on the left side, and then I'll use another zip strip and I'll cut it in half underneath that honey butter photo mat. Okay, so here I am cutting it at half. It's a half an inch wide already, and the pattern calls for a 1/4 inch. So I'm just setting it down in my trimmer, and then I'll just cut it in half. So I'll have that tiny little pop of sage under the photo. Okay, so I'm going to lay everything out. I've cut the mats in white for the other photos. And then I decided I wanted some sage cardstock underneath the smaller 2x2s. So I cut that. Then I decided to doodle. Okay, so I have my white gel pen, and I'm just going to doodle a little border line around, and we'll speed this up in a second. And it's not perfect, obviously. And then the ink, sometimes it's lighter, sometimes it's darker, but I kind of like that effect. So I'm just going to continue to draw my line, and I'm just going around the outer edges because these two panels are going to butt up against each other. So that's the basic look of the layout, and I'll speed this up in a second because I'm just adhering, and I'm just following the dimensions that are given on the pattern in the book. There's lots of great patterns in this book, and it also has card designs for regular A2 cards and slim lines. So I'll go ahead and speed this up and start laying all these different strips down to create our base for our photos. I took a while to scrapbook these photos just because I was very sad to be leaving this house and to be leaving Colorado. And we finished our basement, and I designed my scrapbook room to fit all of my things, and everything was built in. And I have a photo of my scrapbook room. It's a smaller one in the center on this panel. You'll see in a second. Yeah, so it just kind of makes me feel melancholy about it. So I gave up my scrapbook room, and then when we moved to the Tennessee house, I decided that I wanted furniture that I could move again. And so that's when I got the scrap box. And I love it. So all's well that ends well, but it was really hard to give up that scrapbook room that I had created from scratch. It was a good experience though. So now I'm just laying all these photos out on the mats. And this one is the picture of my craft room. Me in front of the moving truck with the mover guy. And then I decided I'm going to put that sage piece behind this other strip. And these photos are I call it the big purge. I went through closets and just got rid of piles and piles of stuff. So those are some of the piles of things that were donated. And then I decided I needed another sage piece behind the photos on the right side to kind of mirror what's underneath the left side. Okay, so now I'm just laying out my pictures, and I'll place them down on the left panel, and then we'll line up those three on that piece of sage. Also, I had printed my photos just, I think they're 2.5 square instead of 3 inches square, so they are a little bit smaller. So adding that additional mat, it kind of makes the whole section fill out on that side. Okay, so now I'm going to use some font dies. These are the simple serif, uppercase and lowercase. And I'm going to use the light side of melon. And this is one of the colors that comes in the coordinating colors pack. So you'll still, even though it's a retired color, it was the color of the year last year, you can still get it in that Memory Lane coordinating cardstock pack. So I used the light side, and then I cut 2 more layers in white cardstock and stacked them. So they're very much like chipboard now with the 3 layers. And I'm just gluing everything down. And I'm using my T-square just to make sure it's somewhat straight. So I have my title down. And then I pulled the sticker sheet, and I like to cut my stickers from the sticker sheet so that I can set them down on my layout and just kind of see what they look like. And I've gone ahead and done some journaling on both of these. And we'll go ahead and add that strip. It talks about the big purge. And then I'm going to add an acrylic arrow on that side, and then also on the left side of that panel of stickers. And those are the easiest way to attach them is with a glue dot. So we'll put that one down, and then we'll attach, I don't know if you can really see it on camera here, there's another small white arrow on the left side right there. Okay, and that sticker says Our House. I'll just set that there. And then this is a little banner sticker. So it's dovetailed on one end. And I'm going to make it look like it's running all the way through my photos. So I'm going to trim it down and tuck that dovetailed end at the top there. And then I'm going to dovetail the remaining bit. And it's got the diagonal stripes that mirror the ones that are on the left side of the layout. So we'll have the stripes on both sides. And then I'll tuck that other dovetailed piece on the other side. Just a little pop of color there. And then I felt like my journal box here was too big. So I'm going to trim it, and then because the sticker has rounded corners on that image, I'm going to go ahead and round the corners on the other side where I trimmed it. And then I'll do the same thing to the sticker that has the 3 houses. Okay, and you'll see once I take them off the carrier sheet that they're rounded on all 4 sides. Okay, I think I like that. So we'll get our journal sticker down. It just talks about being sad about leaving Colorado. My husband, his company transferred us to Tennessee for a while, but now we're back. And then I'm going to finish everything off. I thought I was going to use some of these melon-ish colored dots, but then I ultimately decided on the honey butter. So I'm going to pop some little heart shapes around. And that top photo there is of our little dog. When we piled up all the bags that we were going to put in the car that we were driving out, she sat on top of my husband's big duffel bag. So I took a picture of her. She's kind of cute. Okay, so we're going to call this done. Clean, simple, not too cluttered. There's lots of pictures in this one, so I didn't want a lot of stuff on my layout. Okay, and there's some close-up shots. So you can still get these papers and stickers while supplies last, and I'll put links in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. I have over 400 in the library. I publish twice a week, 1 scrapbook layout per week and 1 card making layout video per week. And thanks for watching.